Do I have your attention? Do I have your attention now? Since the beginning of this YouTube channel, I have predicted that we were going to see these levels. Go back to December 5th, the first video, right? Have receipts. I got receipts I'm going to show on the show today. So, December 5th, we talked about a rising wedge breakdown. That rising wedge breakdown had a target of 29 to 30K, which is the bottom of the rising wedge, the start of it, right? And we also discussed that there was a possibility that we would see a head and shoulders pattern and that we should be prepared if we see any kind of rejections below 53,000. We got that rejection. We formed that right shoulder. I came out with an educational tutorial on head and shoulders patterns so that you will understand what a head and shoulders is, what it does, what the targets are. Go back and check those on the YouTube channel. From there, from that head and shoulders, when it formed that right shoulder and we had that descending triangle that was in a bear flag, we said that we was going to go down into the crypto abyss. Where are we today, folks? Down here in the crypto abyss. We're back here where we were 6 months ago. 6 months ago, back in this range. I have been telling my Discord group that this entire rally right here from, what was it, August all the way up until November was going to be the reversal point. I said the volume was too low. I said everybody was exuberant, euphoric. I said that the whales saw that capitulation that we had from May. And they said, you know what? We need to get some exit liquidity. We can't just dump our bags here at 30K. Let's pump the market. And then you saw all of this small volume compared to volume from the previous part of the bull run. Look at that. Now where are we? Right down here. Let's dive in. Let's talk about what we're seeing today. So on the daily time frame, we see that we broke down from the falling wedge, which is inherently a bullish pattern inside of an uptrend. Well, trading is a game of probabilities, right? And so we said if we were going to break out of this descending wedge and retest it and bounce it upside, then we could, think about new all-time highs and targets again. 100K would be back on the cards. But nah. The bear said, not today. Not today. They flush broke through the support line, came down, bounced off of a critical support line that we had used to springboard us previously. Look back here, all of this confluence. Look at all of this confluence. Support. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get some brushes going, right? Support. Resistance. Broke through. Ripped to the upside. Let's go over here. What do we have here? Whoopsies. Now we're back here where we were 6 months ago. And I'm telling you folks today, we have an issue. So you let these moon boy YouTubers give you all of this fluff and puff. We're going to 100K. We're going to the moon. 150, 200, Q1. Well, guess what? I'm not telling you that. I'm giving you realistic analysis. You see the bull, you see the bear, right? Neutral. It's a circle. It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. So what we have to understand is that we have to be prepared for both directions, right? You can't be exuberantly bullish and you can't be a desperate bear. We have to take what the charts give us. We have to look at it with a neutral mindset. And so let's go ahead and dive into this. Right now we're looking at the Keltner channel, right? So historically, the Keltner channel has been able to predict uptrends and predict downtrends. Let's go ahead and get some of these little brushes off of here. Doop. And now let's look at it, right? So we have an uptrend where we broke this resistance level, got back into the top of the Keltner band, and right here, this was just a a mid-cycle pullback correction where we came down, we touched the bottom of the Keltner channel, found resistance along the middle of the Keltner channel, broke above it, and then we kept piercing above these top bands, right? Came back down into the bands and rode that middle line of support. This was concerning to me because now we have a difference between what we saw here, 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 what we saw here, what we saw here, what we saw here, right? Where we were testing that upper Bollinger Band. Well, guess what? Now we were testing the middle support, and then we couldn't maintain that as a support line. We broke down, and then we started to ride the Keltner bands to the bottom side of it. So that initiated our downtrend. So as we started to go down, we started to do the reverse of what we saw over here, where we were piercing the top Bollinger Band, Keltner channel band, and we started to pierce the bottom of it, right? This was the first warning shot. This was the second warning shot. And then look what we have here, folks. We were outside of the Keltner channel for several days strong. Let's remove some of these so that we can get a clear view of what's been happening in the last couple of days, right? So when we broke down on significant volume through not only the support of the descending the descending wedge, we also broke through a historical support around 38,268, which I called on my Instagram channel, HiveMindTrading.crypto. Go and take a look at that reel. You would see I said that if we get rejected from 44,000, we were going straight to 38,200 and then ultimately to 36,000. And guess what? All of that played out and we got an overshot. But now we're right there back at the price target around $36,000, right? So the Keltner channel is now pierced back in, and we're trying to take that bottom and turn it into support after being outside of the Keltner channel for several days. And so if you take a look at what I always tell you is that always trade off of confirmations, right? You didn't have to short right here. I said always look for a retest of the structure. So what happened? Ding, ding, ding. We retested it perfectly right there. I can't make this up. Technical analysis, I cannot make this up, Moon Boys. It's time to step up and get realistic. It's time to stop playing these Moon Boy games. Crypto's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Only the people that really dive into this research and really understand technical analysis are the ones that are going to succeed. They're the ones that are taking profit back here when everything changed. They're the ones locking in their profits, taking shorts out on the market. Until we see a trend structure change where we see the opportunity to get back and retest this middle Keltner channel and then get back up in here and then shoot off to the moon, we're going to the downside. We're going to the downside, sideways and down. I'm not trying to instill any kind of panic, frustrations, or whatever. I'm just being realistic. And I'm fired up today. Fired up because I'm tired of seeing all of these crying posts. Oh man, Bitcoin collapsed and, crypto's a scam and I've lost so much money. My Doge, my SHIB, my Solana, all of my altcoins are just tanking. Bitcoin tanking, Ethereum tanking. Well, we had the warning signs back here. Go back and check the tapes. We had the warning sign back there to exit the crypto market. I said the extreme line in the sand was 40,500, right? What did we do? We played the game with 40,500 for several days. Came down, tested it as support, bounced from it, got rejected from the resistance line of this descending wedge, came back down to it, fake out right there. And then, whoop, whoopsies. I'm sorry, I'm fired up today. Because what pisses me off is that you had the heads up. but you didn't take it seriously. You didn't take action, right? Everything that I talk about is about taking action. Like understanding, diving into the research, understanding these technicals. People are like, I'm not a trader, Knox. But then when these situations happen, it's like, how did you see it? Why didn't I sell? You want to know when to buy and sell? Learn technical analysis. I'm sorry. I'm a little passionate today. I'm a little frustrated today. But when I saw the entire crypto market collapse along with traditional equities and stocks and stuff like that, and saw that the S&P was taking that trip to wreck city. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. You thought that investors were going to flock to Bitcoin? No, everything went risk off. Bitcoin's too risky, right? So what's the first that's going to sell off? When now that we have Wall Street in, we've been crying for Wall Street to jump into crypto for so many years. Wall Street's going to take us to the moon. Wall Street's going to do this. Wall Street's going to do that. Wall Street dumped on us. Wall Street dumped on us. Let that sink in. Look at this. I'm upset. I'm passionate. I'm fired up today. We're going to get this crypto. Let's take a look at the rest of the market, right? So our best hope here is that we need to be able to flip this Keltner channel into support. This bottom band needs to be support, and we need to be able to start retesting this middle support, this middle Keltner channel. And then we need to look to break above it on volume, sustain above it. We tried it right here, and it failed. Look at the volume in that cluster. We failed. That was warning shot number one. I always said, look for previous support levels to turn to resistance levels, right? So what was this? A support level. Now what is it? Resistance. Number two. Where are we at now? We've seen another support level form. We've seen a flush breakthrough. We've seen a move sideways. We saw that this descending wedge support line, support one. Matter of fact, let me clear up some of these red marks. Support one, support two, breakthrough, move sideways. What did we do? Retest. Enter your short trade. But this is nothing new. If you actually paid attention to this channel, this entire move should not have caught you by surprise. And if it has, that's not on anyone but yourself. Let's jump into the lower time frames. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. We're seeing some significant reversal signs, some volume, but honestly, we see a retest, close retest. Now we're retesting the middle support band of this Keltner channel on the 4 hour after we had got rejected from the top of it, pierced through the bottom, rolled it all the way down, got back in. Now we're retesting, trying to break above, hold, in our best case scenario is to try to get back into this. But we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. So look, we got not just one level of resistance, we got 2 levels of resistance that we're going to have to break through, plus whatever this Keltner channel tells us is going to be the next resistance level. So we got 3 areas that we have to break into in order just to get back in this thing, to make an attempt to break out here, retest, and then shoot off. If you want a bullish structure, that's what it's going to take. Until then, we're playing this to the downside, neutral at best. But right now, these type of volume candles, it ain't looking good. What you want me to do? I don't know what to say. I really don't. Let's take a look at the total 2. This is the Total market cap for cryptocurrency, excluding Bitcoin, right? Previously, we've seen, a lot of support in this range. We kind of established some support over the past couple of days in this range since our capitulation here. Previously we had a left shoulder head and then a right shoulder, which led to down here. Then this is what I called on December 5th was left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Where are we at? Do I have your attention? You don't believe me? Do I have your attention?
The plunge down into the crypto abyss, the next week. So what is, preventing us from printing out, a similar fractal? And honestly, this could form into a head and shoulders. So this would be your left shoulder, this would be your head, this could be your right shoulder. And if we wanted to, take a look at how something like that would look, it would be easily like this. And then our right shoulder would probably come in at the psychological level about 53,000. And then the neckline would be right here about 44,000. And then that kind of moved from
December 5th. You see it right there.
To 42,000. That's
you see it right there. December 5th.
27K. So 27K, if that thing breaks down, would definitely send us back down into the crypto abyss. So, just keep.
Let's talk about what we had January 5th.
The top around 7,000. So if we're gonna really talk about targets, looking at $43,000, breaking the neckline is 42. So we're gonna be looking at 37. Possible target of $17,000 Bitcoin, but I'm not going to be concerned about that for the fact that in Bitcoin's history, we've never seen it retest or come back even close to its previous all-time highs. So if we take a look at Bitcoin over time, this was the all-time high back in 2013.
I'm done preaching today. I'm going to take a look at one more indicator here. I'm going to go back to the weekly chart. We're going to look at this DMI, this directional movement indicator, which will show what is the dominating trend currently. My green line is the bullish movement. My orange line is the bearish movement. My red line is the strength of the movement, right? So we can see here, to get the brush out here, we had a cross here several days ago that lines up with this dump here that began confirming the descending wedge, right? Bears momentum started to kick up. You see this line start to come down a little bit. We had a little bit of reaction rallies in there, no big deal. And then guess what? That bears momentum led to this. So I know you're tired of losing in crypto. I know you're tired of seeing these down days, these red days. I want to give you that invitation to come into our Hive Mind Trading Tribe today. I'm going to leave the link below. I want you to take a look at this here. What was that? November 16th. We call it the absolute top. The caution candle appearing on the weekly is concerning. Works on lower time frames. Interested to see how it plays out on bigger time frames. If you look at the previous cycle's tops, this candle appeared before the 2-week negative 50% drop. Negative 50% drop. November 16th. How much money would that have saved you? How much? So when you look at a price like this, for our Hive Mind Intelligence, $99 a month, to save you 50%, say you had even just $1,000 in Bitcoin that you bought at what, 66? A lot of y'all bought the top, right? 70% of y'all came in the market after all the gains were realized. Y'all didn't come in until, what, 55,000 plus after Tesla said that they got Bitcoin. When I've been telling you all for 5 years. You have a problem paying $99 a month to save you 50%? I bet you wish you would have paid that then. You could have actually taken advantage. You could have taken shorts out. You could have hedged your bets. You could have taken your profits, ran off, sipped some tea, chilled with your significant other, chill with the dogs. I don't care what you could have chilled with. You could have chilled with more than 50% of your bag still remaining. Now, how are you going to navigate these waters of a bear market? Things aren't going to be up only. It's going to get real rough. It's going to get real rough for a lot of you out here. So I implore you today, before this price goes up again, what they saw, 24 hours ago, this was $74.99. This was $24.99. They didn't take action. There was 30 people that took action. 30 people said, join today. They checked their email for the Discord access. They signed up. They said, Knox, I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of being uneducated in crypto. I'm tired of going and looking at Reddit telling me that Dogecoin is going to $1. Who shorted Dogecoin? This guy. 1,000% gain. Don't believe it? You don't believe it? Let's go. Let's go. Where we at? Profitable wins. Let's go to the pinned comments. Let's zoom out, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Look at all these games. We ain't playing games with y'all. We ain't playing games with y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just can't beat it with a bat. Can't beat it with a bat. This is what we're doing over in the hive mind. What's that? Who posted that? Knox did. While you all were out there buying the Dogecoin, OG's out here shorting it. Because we knew. Don't get caught up in the hype. Don't get caught up in the silliness. I'm telling you today, click that join today button. You won't regret it. You see all of this knowledge that you get access to? See all that knowledge you get access to? Take action today. I'll leave the link in the Discord, to the Discord in the chat below, so that this right here doesn't catch you by surprise ever again. I know that this was a tough one to listen to. I know that I probably stepped on your toes. I probably hurt your feelings. But sometimes your feelings needs to be hurt. You need to be broken down so that you can be built back up again. Because this is unacceptable. You should not have been victim to that. Until next time, until we meet again.